Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond and another haul video. So this time it is just a small haul from Gourmande Girl Cosmetics, and I have recently put up a video of the first two palettes that I got from this brand, and I was super excited to put another order in just because of the women that are behind this, including Christina, who is the brand owner, and also Debbie from Debuton. We have Riri from Brutally Honest Beauty. I always stumble on channel names. And Xinia, which is the Adventures of Xinia, I believe. Now, Xinia is the only one that I'm not overly familiar with, but I know that she is really good friends with Debbie. So I'll make sure that I link all the channels in the description box, and as well as a link to Christina's website. And yeah, I just wanted to get in and share with you what I ordered, so and then it will make more sense for anyone who is not familiar with what I'm talking about. So in here there is a card which always comes. There is a discount code there which is Spectra, so that will give you 10% off if you do place an order. There's lots of discount codes. I know Debbie has one which is Debuton, and I'm not sure, I think Riri has one as well. So you can always go and check their channels out. I'm sure that they will have their discount codes in their description box of their videos as well. So so I got a little note here from Christina which said, "Thank you so much, Lisa. Huge hugs from Austin, Texas coming your way. Love, Christina." So honestly, this is what makes most indie brands stand out, is just the personalization of just their interaction, the customer service. I know you have to wait longer for your orders, but that said, this time I didn't have to wait too long. Christina made sure of that. So let's first get into the main item of this order. So this was a YouTube collab with the three ladies that I mentioned. So Christina invited them to create, the three of them to create a palette together. And to be honest, I could have hated the palette and I still would have ordered it, purely because I just love the women involved in its creation. So lucky for me, it's such a beautiful palette and that's not an issue. So this is what the palette looks like. So yes, it is a Christmas themed palette, but that's only on the outside. So that's the outer packaging there. So on the inside, and Debbie actually did a video today, so I will link it up in the cards. Well, she didn't do it today, I watched it today, and where she basically created a look for each season with using this palette. So it is extremely versatile with the variety of shades that they have put in there. So I am actually wearing shadows from this palette today. So of course I went straight for the warmer colors, so I ended up going into this quad here, and then I used Icicle here. So I am going to swatch this. So I used that on my mobile lid, and then I ended up going in, which one was it? I think it was actually Twinkling Lights that I used in my inner corner. So yeah, I've already taken off some of the I always get stuck on the word, what is it, the imprint. Jen, if you watch this, help me out in the comments again. But yeah, basically the prints that are on the shadows themselves. So I don't know why I always get stuck on the same word. Anyway, I went for a date with my husband today. We've not long come out of lockdown, and he said to me, let's go to the movies. So we did. We went and saw Eternals, which is the new Marvel movie. It's probably already been released overseas before now, but it's only new to us here in Australia. So yeah, we went and had a nice little date before he ended up going to bed, because he works night shift. So he's in bed and I get to do my YouTube. So yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that I created a look with it. I'm not doing a get ready with me style, but I did want to make sure that I got to swatch this palette. There's some amazing shades. like in this palette, and there's plenty of videos out there that demonstrate looks with it if you go to any of the ladies channels. I also got a few other items in here as well. So before I forget, I did want to mention I have a new subscriber to my channel. She has a channel herself. She's actually quite a large channel, and her name is Julia from Julia's Bee Beauty, and she commented on some of my haul videos that have gone up recently. She commented on one of them about the coloured light that I have, and I like the pink light, and I said that it does change colour. So I just wanted to demonstrate that, and I told her that in my next video I would change it. So it's changed to purple, which I know is one of Debbie's favourite colours, so that was quite appropriate as well. All right, so before I get to swatching that, I'm going to show you what else I purchased. This was the face palette, and Debbie absolutely raves about it. She said that it's her everyday palette. It's called Bold and Brilliant, so that's the outer packaging there. And I haven't opened this one yet. The only thing I've gotten into is the palette, a lip liner that I ordered, and one of the lipsticks that I ordered. So inner packaging is exactly the same, and let's have a look. So those are the shades inside, and yeah, I said if Debbie raves about it, I knew it had to be good. So I'm going to swatch them and show you just what they look like. So I'm going in with the first shade, which is called Moonstone. So I'm just going to swatch that on the back of my hand, and wow, look at that. Like, that is super shiny. The next one is called Sunstone. Oh, this has got a really nice sort of white gold sort of shine to it. That's very, very pretty. Then we have Pink Diamond. So it's a nice soft pink. And then the last one is called Bronzed Crystal. So I'm not too sure that I'd be using this as a highlighter, just because it'd probably be too dark for me. So it's good to see that there's a nice variation of depth of color there for all different skin tones. So I think that's super, super pretty, and this would be nice to use on the eye as well. So no issues there in that I can still use all the shades. So I'll be leaving that out so I can try and give that a go. So I'm just going to get a makeup wipe out. At least they're on my desk. I'm not fishing for them elsewhere. So I'm just going to take them off before I end up getting it on myself so that I can swatch the palette. And unfortunately, I have sort of big sleeves on my dress so that it's not going to be easy to roll up. So I'm probably going to end up with eyeshadow on my dress, but that's okay. It'll wash out. All right, so I'll do that. I'm just going to put that aside. I'm going to swatch the eyeshadow palette first, then I'll show you the lippies and the lip liner that I got. So I didn't put eyeshadow primer on my arm, which is I generally like to do, but yeah, just because often mattes don't swatch real well. So I'll what I'll do is I'll just swatch the first row, and then I'll hold the palette up and show you. So this one is called Frostbite. Now everybody knows I'm not really a big fan of blue, but I have to say that is quite a pretty blue, and I think just looking at the color of my eyes in the camera, I think that it will it'd be nice to wear. So where did I put that? Makeup wipe, very disorganized. So the next one is called Slay Queen, and this is such a beautiful purple. There we go. So like I said, ignore, like I already know from using it today, the mattes perform really, really well on the eye. Obviously I haven't tried every color, but this is Icicle now, which is the shade that I used on my mobile lid. So you can see there already on the finger. Look at the shine on it, like, and just the shift. So it's such a beautiful, I'm guessing it's a duochrome. So there you go. So it's swatching bronze, but you can see what it was like on my finger, like just with the right light and angle, what sort of reflection and color you can get out of that. Now Cherry's Jubilee, like, it just drew me in straight away. It's my kind of color. I love reds, I love oranges. So yeah, that's just gorgeous. And then Warm and Toasty is the last shade from the top row. So there we go. So heaps of pigmentation there, and yeah, I'm just going to hold that up. So that is the top row, but unfortunately, yeah, upside down. So maybe if I hold it this way, I'm going to cover myself over, but you see how that shade there in the middle looks completely different on my arm than what it does in the pan. So all right, so I'm going to take those ones off, and I don't know, probably going to get some staining from some of those, particularly the red and the purple. I find I always get staining from that coloured shades. All right, so my arm is going to be a little bit wet. Let me just dry it off. Okay, so there's some really, really pretty shades as well in this next row. So the first one, it's a little bit wet, but Snow Angel. And there's a couple of shades here that I've seen Debbie do, where she actually swatches them over a black base. So that is such a gorgeous shade. That would make a beautiful inner corner highlight. Now we have Silver Bells next. The metallic. Wait till you see this. It's so pretty. All right, and then we have Twinkling Lights, which is the shade I used in my inner corner. So I'm going to show you on my finger, and then swatched out. So it looks like more like a topper shade. There we go. And then we have Fuzzy Socks, which is what I used as a base shade this morning. So it's a really nice neutral shade. So it's got beautiful warmth to it. And then we have Nostalgia, which is another metallic shade, or more, I guess, more like a, yeah, I'm not real good at describing formulas, obviously not as metallic as that. So to me, pretty much metallics and shimmers, they all sort of are the same thing to me, but definitely you can see how much more metallic that one is. So once again, I will hold the palette up and hide myself behind it. So that's the second row or middle row there swatched out. And now we'll do the last one. So there's a few more scary shades in this last row, but like I said, when I've seen other people do looks with these, it looks beautiful. So yeah, there's two greens in here, and I'm really particular, like my greens, I much prefer like a grungy sort of green, but I am trying to get out of my comfort zone. So all right, so the first color in this last row is called Sugar Plum. Again, another pretty purple. Okay, and then we have Joy, and I've seen this used by other ladies as a blush. It looks really, really nice as a blush color. So unfortunately, because I went into the reds today, I decided not to use that as my blush. Now the Feels, this is, look at it. How can you not get excited by eyeshadow? So that is that one. And then the last two we have is the two green shades. So this one is called Evergreen. Ooh, it's actually got a lot of color saturation, so it's actually quite pretty. And then we have Cheer. So I can appreciate green on other people. I'm just not fussed on it, or blue on myself. So that's it for the last one. And I'll hold the palette up once again. So that's those ones swatched out. So other than Icicle, which is that one there, I think the rest of them swatch pretty true to the colour in the pan. I'm not going to worry about swatching them over black bases and stuff. If you want to see that done, definitely go and check out the ladies' channels, because they have that demonstrated on some of their videos. So all right, now I'm going to just show you the 3 lippies I got, and I'm molting hair. And straight away, of course, I went for the red lip liner, and there is a lipstick in here that I ordered that absolutely matches it perfectly, and I wore it out today, but because I've been at the movies and I have had stuff to eat and drink, of course it was half off by the time I came home, so I just ended up taking it off. So now the shade name, it's an Infinity lip pencil, and it is the shade Idolized. So that's what it looks like there, and I'm just going to show you on the back of my hand. It is a beautiful bright red, and I believe Christina said this was her favorite red lipstick. So these are so pretty. The packaging is just gorgeous, and yeah, it's called Russian Red. So that's what it looks like in the tube, and they just go really, really well together. So like I said, I wore that out, but I ended up having to wear a mask while I was out, so nobody got to see it anyway. And we have of course I got another red, which is called Blood Red, and I love my deep reds. So again, same sort of packaging, and that's what it looks like there. And now I'm going to swatch that on the back of my hand. I'll put it on the other side. Oops, I got a bit too close to the lip liner, but I think you can still see the difference between them. So definitely not as bright as the Russian Red. And we have the last one. Can anyone guess what color I ordered? It's called Pumpkin. So I think it's more of a reddish orange though. So let's have a look. There we go. So it definitely looks red on camera, but we all know that the camera slightly changes the color of stuff. Oh no, it's coming out. It's coming out orange. Maybe, but so you can see it's more of a reddish orange, but compared to the Russian Red and that, yeah, it's definitely going more into the orange shades. So yeah, so that's everything that I got, and I'm really, really happy that I got it. Christina was absolutely wonderful. She actually ended up upgrading my shipping to try and get it to me faster than the first order. Took about 2 months, and it was very stressful. Christina had never sent something to Australia before, I believe, and yeah, was a bit worried that it was never going to get to me. So this time she made sure that it was going to get to me quickly, and I think it got here in about 6 days, which is just phenomenal. So or maybe I'm getting confused, but it was very quick. Maybe it was 2 weeks. Yeah, so anyway, it's been sitting here for a little while because I haven't had a chance to film, so that's why I'm not 100% sure, but I just know that it was super fast. So and I have some friend mail with me now, which I'm going to actually film in a separate video that has been sent to me by Debbie from Debuton. So yeah, so I'm going to bid you farewell. I'm going to put some lippy on and come back for the next video. So I'll see you all again soon. Bye.